空に向けて吠える叫ぶ浮かぶ大事なのはバランスを取ること理屈だけじゃハートは通じない眉しかめ人が見るより結構には幸せめくるめくる蚊帳の外で今度また会おう都会は外国地下鉄の迷路昨日の今日はないワクワク誰も彼も君も僕も犬も春も夏も秋も冬もいつも大事なのはバランスを取ることモラルだけじゃハートはつかめない波の間に間に身を投げ乱れる月に踊り出す誰も理解できない通じない高く低く潜む潜る回る空に向けて吠える叫ぶ浮かぶ大事なのはバランスを取ること理屈だけじゃハートは通じない誰も彼も君も僕も犬も、春も夏も秋も冬もいつも大事なのはバランスを取ることモラルだけじゃハートはつかめない高く低く潜む潜る回る空に向けて吠える叫ぶ浮かぶ
shot. Ain't nobody gonna be bringing them down. Just a few to go. Taking one by one. Gonna let them know. Work the ball. Looks like you got them beat. Now clear the courts. These guys are gonna melt down. Take control of the court now. No other one compares to you.
We are actually live, by the way. I may have forgotten to there are a couple things I forgot to do before stream started, so that's why it appears as if I do not have a face right now. I'm going to fix that in a minute. The screen is going to go black as if something broke, but that is normal. Give me 1 minute. Okay, cool. And now I just need to fix the other thing. I got distracted when I was supposed to be setting this up, and I may have forgotten to do that. Lol. Lamau. Alright, perfect. And then I forgot to turn off the other light back here. So let me go do that so that y'all are not getting this annoying gleam. Alright. Should be set now. So, hi everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope the day was restful and or productive for you. Sorry for missing stream on Sunday. My neck was killing me. I woke up and that bad boy said stiff shoulders for SJ. So, I canceled stream on Sunday because I was feeling relatively better by the time stream time would come around, but I figured that I would be, basically what wound up happening was, my neck went like pip pap ow. Even by the time that we were there, by the time that like stream time was gonna start.
Work that ball. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop.
But yeah, today, relevant to Kettle's question. Hi, Kettle. I'm doing pretty good. My neck does not feel like if I twitch it the wrong way, I'm going to have agony running down my neck, which I'm happy about. Very happy about, actually. So yeah, today I'd say is relatively good. So yeah, in the overall, I would say doing relatively well today. Yeah, it was mostly like neck and shoulders, and even now it's not too bad. Like I can like wiggle and do a couple things, and it's all right in the overall. And I'm all right on that front, so I'm happy about that. So yeah. Hi, Godot made me run back to Unity. Oh, cool. That's a video that I didn't want in my search history. But yeah, I'd say I'm doing good overall. I got some extra work done on Shoot Lancer while stream wasn't going on, which is nice because it has been the first time. it has been the first time in a while that I have actually had the motivation to like program something while stream wasn't going, which is a good sign. That I'm very happy about that. So today, I'm gonna show y'all some of what has happened in the little time in between, and then, much to my annoyance, we are going to have to sit down and watch a video about implementing state machines with C# and Godot. One that I think at least looks promising. The reason why I say to my annoyance is mostly because I don't like video tutorials for code for several reasons. They work for some people, they don't necessarily for me, and it's mostly because I have to like stop and pause and write the thing down and then keep going. I'd rather just be able to like read the thing and not have to worry about it after that point. Hi, Stubby. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where I was like, yeah. So much as I don't like looking at it, trying to retool the current state machine that I use in Unity for Godot. Too much trouble. I kept saying I want to play around with more with Godot this year, and yet we've got 354 days left. Phrase it differently. Time's not up yet. I believe in you. You can do it. And I mean that obviously very sincerely. But hey, whenever is whenever, you know? So problem is that I have too many game ideas and decision paralysis. Fair. As often happens with me, I spin the wheel of names usually whenever that I usually spin the wheel of names when that happens and go, alright, the universe has decided it's no longer in my hands. But also I feel that. 100%. But no, I feel that sincerely, Kettle. Like, sometimes that just like, whew. Yeesh. But yeah, no, I feel that. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the Dunk Dream music for just a second. Can vibe with what we've got over here. I don't, if we don't get audio from, yeah, I figured we wouldn't. Hold on. Let me just double check. We don't need audio for this stream, so for this time it's probably fine. Yeah, we don't need it for this stream, so it's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, the main thing I worked on in between last week and this week was, if you look carefully, aside from the fact that I've now made, aside from the fact that I've now made, well, there are a couple things that are happening here. One of the things that I realized that is important to kind of like demonstrate and show to, I will make a game this year come hell or high water. That's me. Now that's what we like to hear. But yeah, a couple of the things that are most relevant here. First and foremost, our spin timer is now always on screen instead of conditionally on screen, and automatically goes to 0 and then counts up. So basically, there are a couple reasons why I did it this way. I sat and I thought about a couple of things as far as like the actual UI goes, and while this is obviously not the final UI by like a long shot, it is more important that your players see the information that they need to know at a glance than have to intuit what it is from what they don't see. To the degree that you can do that. There are times where you sometimes want to force players to make that consideration, and that's normal. But for things like, oh yeah, I need to know if I can do my invulnerable spin or not. That is not a thing that the player, at least when I thought about it some more, I'm like, it doesn't make sense that the player has to intuit whether or not they can spin based on whether or not this thing is visible. I was like, we could do that, but it is a really bad idea. Lol. Lamau. So, reason why I say this, the game that I was thinking of in particular that helped me think of this was because it's important that we talk about these things. We're going to go over here. I'm going to mute this tab real quick because if I don't mute this tab, I'm pretty sure that there are going to be some shenanigans that come up. I would like to like actually have Sparkster's lovely music play for y'all, but here we go. Absolutely correct. I do not, in fact, despise the gamers. I do despise capital G gamers, but that is that's a joke. That is also a joke. That is a joke. But more seriously for a second. Right? So if you look at Sparkster here, the way that Sparkster works is that by holding down, I forget which button it is, but the Super Nintendo version in particular, if you want to be able to do like the rocket jump thing that that you see happening here, right? If I remember correctly, you have to like hold down the attack button, I think, and then release it, right? But you notice that the charge bar for the rocket jump is always visible, right? It's just that when you can do it, the music for this level of Sparkster, by the way, is like really, really good. It's extremely good. But yeah, you'll notice that the charge bar, right, for doing the rocket dash is always visible. It's just that its charging up state, right, and its charge state are very visually distinct from each other. So because I was thinking about this game at that time, right? And so in my head, I was like, right, actually, the spin is supposed to be as important as it is for you to like critically dodge certain shots and things like that, isn't it? And so my line of thought was, okay, if that's the case, then the player needs to be able to look at the screen, assess, can I spin, can I not spin, and go from there. So that's why now the spin meter is visible. Aside from that, which shot types your spread and your shot are also visible. So if, for example, I was great feature ad. King of Hearts is the same thing with MP, something you don't use. So as you can see now, right? Now the HUD will also show you what spread and what shot that you have. And we have that. And now, right up front, it now shows you, okay, right, you got double spread, speed shots. So now you don't have to like intuit that or remember that. It's there, right? And these are things that I think are important primarily because this is one of those things that I think is like really important because you having a brain fart, unbrain farting because I'm reading the captions at the bottom of the screen to remember what I was talking about. Right. Information like the spread and shot that you're using being visible and not something that you have to intuit is important because that may judge, okay, do I want that lets the player judge like, right, do I want a power shot, do I want a speed shot, etc. Do I want to pick up a new power up for this or do I just keep the old one? Would adding a magic system be similar to the health bar? I mean, functionally, yes. Yeah, if this was the type of game where that would be happening, if you're talking about just tracking how much MP you have, yeah, same thing in principle, right? Mostly just get a variable on the player to track the current and max MP, and then figure out how to feed that to the HUD. Yeah, the tracking would be exactly the same. It's the same principle. And insofar as like programmatically, yeah, same thing. So nothing really all that different. Tracking the magic type might be trickier. Well, it also depends on what categories you're thinking of on that front, right? Because in my particular case, for Shoot Lancer, right, in order to track the spread and the shot, each of like the spread and the shot are both enums. Which we talked about on the channel before, but in case you need a refresher, I'll go pull it up in a minute. Over here. So the main thing, right, about enums, and this is mostly a C# thing, but other languages may also have enums. So this is just a thing to kind of keep in mind. It's not in here; it's in the weapon. So I'll come over here. So enums, right? If you remember, are basically just I can just do this actually, and it should be fine. Because the same thing, this is sort of what I wound up doing in Ulks. And if I go crack open like the actual Unity project for it, yeah. I was thinking of each magic type having a different effect based on how long you have it on and where you have it on. Well, once you have decided, right, which category, what categories of just fixing a thing real quick, right? So once you have, like, if you have, for example, a very specific list, once you know of like what magic types you want, right? Then for the magic types, hey Charlotte, how you doing? For the magic types, you could very easily make, if you're doing C# particularly, I think regular Godot script also has also hey Lee. So yeah. How y'all doing? Hopefully well. Good to see y'all. Cook it? Excellent. So yeah, with a magic type, for example, right? If you know what like your elements or whatever are and you have them all figured out, you can literally just do an enum and then make a variable of that enum type, and then you can track that relatively easily, right? So as an example, if you notice, I did an enum for spread type and an enum for shot type, right? I love how the captions turned Haley into Haley. Yeah. As I've discovered, because I motor mouth really fast, these things happen. That makes sense. I think I was overthinking it as usual. I mean, it's one of those things where if it's not something that you have had reason to think about, or let me phrase that differently. It's one of those things where if you don't know that enums exist, you wouldn't think to use those to track that. Like, I don't think I understood entirely what enums were supposed to be for until grad school, right? And the example that, and I'll never forget this, one of my teachers at NYU, one of the examples that he used was like, okay, I think it was like for a deck of cards. I think he used enums to like help define which suits, right? Like whether it was clubs, diamonds, hearts, like clubs, diamonds, hearts, or spades, I think, is what he did. And once he explained, yeah, you can use once you know that you have like a finite list of things that you know you're going to be able to, that you want to be able to like organize or otherwise sort of sort by, you can just turn that into an enum and you're good. Right? So yeah, like you can see that I have enum types laid out for all the power-ups too, right? So it's like, hey, what type of power-up is this power-up? It's a small health pickup, a medium, a large, a spread pickup for double shots, a spread pickup for triple shots, right? So yeah, once you have whatever elements of the magic that you want, you can very easily go like, all right, bop, 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 bop. If you know, for example, you said where you have it on, right? So that might be like something like equipment slots or whatever, right? If you know for a fact that it's like, okay, right, I'm only going to have like 6 equipment slots in this game. What types of equipment slots are they? Head, body, hands, like head, body, hands, legs, feet. Bam. Turn that into an enum too. You're set, right? So yeah, it is a thing that's very easy to overthink when you, without things that you don't know yet, right? So equipment and environment, yeah, right. So once you have figured out, right, what equipment you want to be able to use, and you know that those are going to be like finite spots, because you can't add new types to an enum over the course of a game, right? But if you know for a fact that it's like, okay, no, these are the things that are going to be fixed within this, easily done, right? So yeah, even in the weapon, the reason why this is useful is because if you look at like the base weapon thing that I did, right? I have a spread type variable for current spread and a shot type variable for current shot. So any weapon in the game knows what it is currently using. What it is currently using as far as like what spread and shot it has going. Right? Never thought about, yeah, it's just one of those things, right? If you don't know, then you don't know. hopefully that's helpful. If you wind up having any other questions about enums, you know where to find me, and I don't mind answering. All right, y'all. Let's take a look at what this one's got to say. I know that y'all can't hear it, but basically what the video is talking about is just a reminder about how state machines work. I talked about it in a previous stream a couple of streams back when I was trying to adapt the one that I made, the one that I learned about for Unity into Godot, and it kind of didn't work 100%. But the basic idea behind a state machine, right? Hang on, let me see if I can find another one of my really obscure albums to play. Second. We got to keep it obscure so that so we can play nice jams and not be yelled at by the not nice people. But yeah, the basic idea behind a state machine is kind of like what you see here, right? State machine is its own thing. And once you have the state machine, it contains individual states, like, for example, running, jumping, or getting hurt. However, you can also apply this to things like menus, UI, and all that other stuff, which is what is being said in this video. Okay, good. So, I'm just gonna basically be I'm basically going to just be jumping through this video a lot because I hate sitting and watching videos straight for things like this, because it makes my life a lot more difficult in certain aspects. So we don't need this one, and we don't need this one. I tried to get those to work, and they don't. So we're gonna do script, and that inherits just node. Okay, so that. I'm gonna do create new script. State machine. All right. So they really should be. I'm gonna do using system.collections.generic static using Godot.gd. All right. Yeah. So like, yeah, like video tutorials for code. I don't like doing it. Generic state object that can be for a variety of. Now we're gonna do for I can more or less guess at what some of these are for without listening to the actual video. I'm just leaving it paused for so I can actually like write down all the relevant stuff. All right, and this is the virtual on start. Okay, that's why it can't be a partial. All right. Why do we need a dictionary for on start? All right. Okay, that makes sense actually. I like that. So, uh, but yeah, I agree with you, Kettle. I know I said it earlier, but I kind of want to reiterate it. That for code for yeah for code for programming tutorials, I don't like video. I would prefer not to if I had the option. I prefer not to have that. Um, Text first makes it a lot easier for certain things. Unless you're like showing specific configuration stuff for if you're showing specific configuration stuff for the way that you need to set up like an IDE or something, then I understand it, and I'm a lot more forgiving is a weird word to say about it, but I'll say forgiving. A lot more forgiving about it with a video tutorial if you're talking about that kind of stuff. But like otherwise, no. Then we're gonna do public virtual update state float. I don't like watching many tutorials for anything because everyone does the weird jumper smash. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And this tutorial is relatively like condensed, and I'm okay with that. And this person is like explaining the logic relatively well, um, and it makes sense. Um, so executes right before executes right before this. So I either need to read it myself or have someone show me while I watch him like a hawk. I need someone to hold my hand and show. Yeah, not exactly kinesthetic, but very close to that. Yeah, in my case, I can. It's one of those things where, for me, right, if I have text and you let me like get to do it and kind of like fuck around and give me good screenshots, I'm good, right? To a certain degree, if you physically show me how to do the thing, then I can make it work. But yeah, like video tutorials are torture for this reason. Yeah, and then for programming text for. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like this logic. Because to me, when you initialize a state, is something very different to me than I'm going to make a change here. I I don't like that. So, for me in particular, this is why, right? I changed that. Because for me, when you initialize a state, that means that you are setting it up. When you initialize a state, to me, that means that you are setting it up and then you're not touching it again, right? So the fact that at least this is just like a linguistics thing for me, right? So like when I think about whether or not a state has been initialized, I'm thinking, okay, has the initial setup of that state in terms of like the default whatever that it's starting in, right? To me, that's what initialize means. Have the default settings been set so we can like go from there, right? So having it get reset when you leave that state is like, no, I don't like that. So for me personally, even though it's adding one extra variable, I may not need it. I like to make a distinction between whether or not a state has been initialized versus when it is started. In this case, right? Hi, Cal. Hi, Cal. How you doing, Cal? Thank you, Cal. No, that sound logic. Resetting every time could also be a problem. Not sure the notation was resource heavy. Yeah. Like, there are certain things that I expect in the start to have to be like reset initially, but to me, initialize means that there are certain values that you're going to set and keep even if you revisit that state later. And I don't want it to like sit down and like redo whatever it is. Not about that for me. I don't like that idea. Right. And now gonna come over here to state machine. Right. And so the reason why I'm going to all this trouble, to be clear, is that, like I said earlier, you can use a state machine for like a lot of things, right? Ideally, even though it would be more work to individually maintain each script, here's an example, right? While I would have to make separate scripts for each of these, with the tutorial, like, right? With the tutorial state, right? You notice how each of these, right, is its own block in the switch statement, right? With a proper state machine, I literally can put each of these and each individual bit of like logic for checking which one is which into their own. I can like break up a lot of these into their own little individual state files, which makes it a lot easier to like handle some things. Yeah, negative 31 degrees Celsius wind chill. Yeah, nah. This is a reminder that unless you literally have no other choice, and I mean this sincerely. Unless you literally have no other choice, it is not ideal practice to ask for somebody to do you a food delivery in the middle of terribly inclement weather. If you can help it. If you cannot help it, then say la vie. But yeah, don't do that to people if you can help it. Let's come back over to the state machine, do this. I like that idea, actually. And I'll summarize what he's talking about in a second. Finally got snow, which is a relief, but I'm worried whether we'll get enough snow to stay off another bone. Temperatures are normal for our part of the country. Should have had them way sooner than. All I'm gonna do is go. Mostly because yeah. I'm just gonna keep saying because I could say an extensive amount of very there are things I could say, but also tonight is not a stream for me to be angry about the specific things that I could be angry about by virtue of what Cal is talking about. I absolutely could, but I don't want to right now. It's very tempting, but I don't want to do it. I used to shovel snow in sweatpants and a t-shirt was just 25 degrees out, just New England things. Not built to be a polar bear. One winter where we had 2 straight weeks of negative 72 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill. What the fuck? Fuck. Negative 76. Christ. Alright. Oh, God. Hello there. Oh, God. Cal isn't the part of Canada that could be tornadoes. Damn. It's usually tornado season where it's. Also, hi CJ, welcome on in. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see. Public list. Dates. I mean, it's because I'm also literally like my brain literally just went into programming mode, so I literally was not actually paying attention to chat. Like, not even as like a joke, not even as like I'm just trying to avoid puns. No, like I was legitimately just like I was like jacked in. I was not actually looking at, I was looking, but like my brain like halfway registered. Oh, the timing was amazing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cause I'm just like they're making like bear puns or some they're making bear puns or something in there. And considering that I know that my community has severe queer overlap, we could be talking about bears, and that's the hilarious part. But I'm like, whatever. Ugh. Ah. We're in. Items. Do that later. That's a problem for. Okay, good. Actually, this is a nice thing to know about. That's helpful. So states equal. Get node. Wow, that prediction's actually really good. Um, Okay, good. So yeah, I'd like this tutorial because this tutorial is basically following the same logic as this is following the same logic as it's following the same logic as the tutorial I used initially. Actually, I'm gonna change this a little bit from what they have suggested here. So all that stuff. And previous state equals current state. Current state equals new state. Current state does not equal null. Signal. Right. Don't need that too many. Okay. And good. I don't like his logic there. I'm gonna change this a little bit. So if oh. Print. Okay, this should be fine, I think. Yeah, I don't think we actually. I know that it says that we need it, but for right now, I don't think we do. I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back and fix it. But I'm gonna trust the thing real quick because right now, at least, I'm not doing anything with. I'm not doing anything with the state variable, so it's fine, and I can always do a different set of error checking elsewhere. Better not to complicate that. Okay, so wait, how much did I miss from chat? Because I was thinking really hard and I wasn't looking. Okay, something about picking up a panda, Murder Machine Bears, and Murder Machine Bears joke. Black-footed cat from Africa is apparently very dangerous, and Kettle wants to pet one anyway. Clams drinking Red Bulls seems like a lesbian joke, but I'm drawing a blank. Uh, Y'all are a bunch of gremlins. Who's coming now? I was in the kitchen preparing basmati, right? all y'all still are. No, I was reading back up through the chat history to see what I missed while I was in focus mode. Oh, I forgot to turn off the Fighting Friday timer, whatever. Uh, okay. Okay, good. I'm not sure why. I think that they're doing it there because so if current state equals no, current state does not equal no, we'll just do it from here. State dot current state dot update delta. Just do that because it's basically the same thing. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just do that to make it easier. Excellent. Okay, and I think here's just an example of how, at that point, he then begins to use that. Okay, cool. I think at this point I don't need that. I mostly just need these two. Okay, so. All right, cool. I'm going to put state node as. All right, cool. So why did I go to all that trouble? You may be wondering. You might be going like, all right, so now that we have all this, we can come over here. I'm going to do node, and we're going to do a state machine right here. Add another node here and call it states. This node should only and only have nodes with state scripts attached to them as children. Okay. So gonna go now to scenes, objects, state machine. Just to make my life easier, right? So now we have a nice state machine base, right? So whenever I'm ready to like actually do, whenever I'm ready to like actually sit down and like, also hi Shark. When I'm ready to actually like, sit down and like just make another state machine and then do whatever I need to do, you've got that right there and it's good to go. So Now that we have this, there are a lot of things that we can use this for now, right? Like I can go to the options menu, put in an options menu state machine, and use that to control a whole bunch of stuff if I felt like it. I sort of don't right this second, so for now we're going to keep it simple. Mostly because in an ideal world, I would figure out what a menu looks like and then assign a bunch of stuff like that. But that's a whole other can of worms to get into. That's a whole other can of worms to get into. Much as I want to do it, I'm not handling that right now. I'm not. Godot will make it a little easier to composite those together, but at the same time, it's like I am not emotionally ready to handle that right now. I'm thinking about it, and it's already making my head hurt. So, for right now, what I'm going to try to use the state machine for is to we're going to see if I can get this tutorial conversion to work. So, state machine tutorial is this one over here. Okay. Do I have an idea? Oh, Lord. But while you're figuring that out, I'm going to sit here and just... Gonna yeet those real quick. So I could sit here and do all of those things if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. So what I'm gonna do real quick is, and okay, this is technically, doing it this way is one of those things where people go, this is the problem about inheritance, right? Which is the thing that we're doing here. Where it's like, if the thing that people will tell you is that, oh yeah, well, you know, and it's true, right? Where it's like, oh, well, if you just keep doing this thing, or you keep doing this stuff over and over again, like I could make another state. I could sit and make like another type of state called a tutorial state that has this by default, but that's too much work for right now. And it's going in a little bit too deep in the weeds. So I'm not going to go to that extent. But what I am going to do is come over to this thing. I am going to grab this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why y'all like this? Also, my favorite Xmas. Ah! Just go on. All right, then there are two things that, and every state should know what state machine it belongs to, right? So, so why is there no spoilers tag on a coding stream? Because I don't bother changing all the ones that I have every time. It's kind of a pain. Usually because it's just one of those things where it's like I will absolutely forget to put it back if I don't put it on. And then this way, what happens is that I don't forget to put it back on. No, backseating for coding though is actually a thing. Like people will say, "Well, why don't you just do this?" And it's like 50-50. It's a thing where it's like, I'll put it like this, right? I need to get back to doing it on Godot, but there is a thing on Godot where, or on, sorry, co-host is what I'm talking about. On co-host, I will occasionally do a how it goes with Godot post where I'm like talking about like what my current experience with Godot is as far as like shoot answers concerned, XYZ. And generally, right, it's one of those things where it's like I read what Squishy said, and I'm just like, Charlotte, why are you like this? Anyway, but no, like it is a thing where sometimes, I would rather just puzzle through the solution, even if it's like, extremely inefficient, and I don't need somebody to tell me to do this to do the thing. So no, like actually, legitimately having don't backseat me while I'm coding. That's a like actually legitimate thing, right? You're like. So I know that you phrase this carefully. I know that you're like, yeah, it's amusing, but like it's one of those things where it's like it is funny, but also there are people that will actually you about how you're programming things, and it's like you do not get to talk to me about this thing. Occasionally, right? And this is like the one time that it happened on a co-host post that I did. I was like, actually, this is a very useful thing to know, even though I didn't ask for the help. And I didn't say anything to the person that posted it because I'm like, you know what? Actually, this was helpful. And I'm not annoyed by it. But like that is one of like the only times where it's like if you point out something to me that was really helpful that I didn't know, and it's something that was like legitimately giving me a problem, I'll be like, technically this is backseating, but I'll allow it because it was helpful. But like most of the time, especially if I'm like trying to figure out programming stuff, no, like I will figure it out somehow or another. So yeah, you're like, it's amusing, but it's also like, it's also partially there that I also have a reason to be like, if somebody gives me coding advice I either specifically didn't ask for or is really condescending about it, I can be like, hey, guess what's on? Hey, guess what's on my stream tags? It says no back seating, right? You're doing this, so stop or go away. But it's also mostly so I don't forget to put it back on for like Sundays or Fridays where people might actually backseat me. I might have to go, and I might have to just go like, hey, cut it out, right? So, yeah, it's like, it's funny because they don't belong there technically, but it also works. Also, God forbid you're a weird programmer, your style is unorthodox. I know it doesn't make sense, Billy, but I have a system. Yeah. What was the one what did I call this one? Tutorial state dot firing. Right now, I'm not going to do anything with that. Okay, and then I don't think we actually need to do the update state delta there, but that's fine. Okay, so next thing that we need to do now, tutorial level, tutorial test control node. Going to detach that script. Going to throw this in here. We're going to do editable children. Gonna. Oh wait, no. I was supposed to save this one. Damn it. So get rid of that. Need state machine to damn it. There we go. Thank you. So state machine for the tutorial. We need editable children just in case. All right. And for this one, flow tutorial state movement. Okay, cool. I gotta rebuild it. It's that. That's old stuff. And then here, probably both of those things are wrong. And I should have checked. Okay, canvas layers, the yarn. Okay, actually, no, both those things are right. Okay. Oh, and then I can literally just assign the state machine. Oh my god, I love this so much. This is so amazingly based. I can literally just do that. Hang on. Gonna do that. Keep those names the same. Running low on battery, if I saw accession to Gremlin, I felt called to respond. As you do. I appreciate you, Shark. Every time I see this command, I want to punch Gayamatsu in the face. Yep. Nachi Sagaragi did a very, very good job handling that. Gonna keep. Oh wait, this is the one I was looking for. But we'll play that one later. He can really find the best actors and show. Bryan Kent named the children Bryan Kent. Yeah, Bryan Cranston, bless him. That man. That man put up with quite a lot. TM. Lawrence Fishburne was on Pee Wee Herman. There is a partial list of commands in the panels down below, but I never did all of them because Shark has been, and I do not mean this as to say that Shark needs to stop. Shark has been adding a bunch of them when I haven't been looking. So at this point, I don't know how many I don't know all of them. All the ones I've added are mostly like for like sound gags and shit. All the other ones that Shark has been adding, I don't know about because I don't look. The same automatically or not, and then oh right, I just need to do it over here. I keep forgetting I can just do it over there and it should propagate. And it should propagate over there. Yeah, I probably would have done CMD list for it, just so that we're so that you know stuff, but you know. That's just me being weird. You do not have to do that. I think really hard about these things. Thank you, Shark. I appreciate it.
Are you okay?
Oh my god. Here we fucking go. Yeah, the ones down below should be all the sound flares. The one that Shark posted should be everything else. Because the sound ones are not going to be listed in that Nightbot list because Nightbot's not the one making the sounds. Mix 'em Up is the one making the sounds. So all the sound flares are posted down below in the panels, and then all the other like text-based ones will probably show up in that spot. Okay, but I think. All right. I'm not doing anything with this, so whatever. Let me just do that then. I'm not doing anything with that, and I don't know why. Alright. Build. Okay. God damn it. Something shenanigans are happening. Hold on. This is my own fault because I didn't. Error while loading file. Oh god damn it. Come on, Godot, don't do this to me now. Oh. Whoa, whoops. Hold on a sec. Excuse me a sec, y'all. Okay, good. Sorry, there was a thing I was looking at Notepad before I started stream and I forgot that it was open. And that would have been awkward. Anyway, I don't think it was on screen long enough for anybody to actually catch anything. So, whoops. Anya. I'm screaming on the inside because this is why I need a third monitor. This is why I need a third monitor so that I can like literally put WordPad, like Notepad++ screen on the other monitor that can't be viewed by the capture card, so I don't have to worry about that. It would be really helpful. But being that I'm broke right now, well, okay, I'm not broke, but being that right now I do not have a job, I need to look, I'm not supposed to be here. I only mentioned it the one time. Anyway, hang on, I gotta go crack this thing open again anyway. Switch statements are hard, or C logic is a little... I'd go look and tell you, but it looks like I accidentally broke. Because I wasn't paying attention to how I did this, I broke something. So hold on. I think I did it right. Yeah, it doesn't look like a C# switch statement, but it's understandable enough. I think anyway. Oh, that's why. Okay. So now I've done that, are you gonna keep fussing me? No, you're not. Okay, good. Okay, that's why. Okay. You have to pull it out of there, redo those links, and then go from there in order to get it to not get angry. Anyway, build. Okay, yeah, piss off, you did it right this time. All right. Okay, we still have one error. Thanks for streaming. I'll see you Friday. All right. Bye, Kettle. Oh, right. I didn't do this part. So yarn canvas dialogue is that. And yarn dialogue is runner. All right. All right. Promote. Tutorial levels, state machine tutorial, states, tutorial state movement. All right. Yes. Good. We just now need to like have it do the next thing. Excellent. So add child node. We're just going to do node. We're going to call it tutorial state firing. Okay, tutorial state firing. And now we're going to go into here. We're going to just call this one firing. Then we just need to come up with a test control node. And this is basically the only thing we need to do. All right. Moment of truth. Let's see if we did it. Oh, right. Hang on. Gotta build the thing. Timestamp will tell you if I succeed or fail. All right. Later, Shark. Okay, so we gotta build this. Then we don't need those. So yeah, basically the only thing is that like having to like configure this every time is kind of a pain, but it's relatively fine, right? Because now we should be able, if I come over to hang on. Come over to state machine. Yes, that's fine. Normalize the line endings. Export string this state this machine is right. And build that. Actually, wait. Nope. We can actually leave that entirely as it is. Thing, and then if all right, good. Alright, good. So now I just need to figure out. Oh, sorry. I have been not on the screen. 1 second. Lol. Because. Alright, so this one. Okay, we gotta go to. Okay, so we want to go. Okay, I think that should probably be okay now. Let's test it. Please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode. Okay. Okay, that's why it's doing that, because there's no check to see if it was able to like actually do that. Okay, so that is mostly just a thing where I need to do this. So at the end of the for each loop, we do print air string dot format. This state doesn't exist in the machine. Add machine 1. Add node. And I'm just going to test one thing real quick just to make sure that this thing gives me the right. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's the main thing. I know what's wrong here. I just wanted to like throw a proper error so that I have a thing that tells me, oh, hey. So yeah, TLDR, the reason why that error is coming up is because there is no state yet for spinning. So I do this, right? If I do null null. If I do null null, it should not throw this error. I think. Nah, it still does, but I know why. The main point is that yeah, I have to actually like provide it's because I don't have a state provided here is why it's getting pissy. And when I do have it, it's because I haven't made the spinning state yet. That's why it's getting annoyed. But that's pretty easy. I just have to come over here, add a child node, tutorial state, spinning. Come over here, just duplicate this one, tutorial state, spinning, right? Quick load, spinning, right? And now all I have to do is just open up the spinning script and just do So all I'm really doing is taking like the logic that was from a lot of the other stuff that I was doing and just making sure that I'm updating it accordingly. Don't do anything for right now. And then do owner dot get tree. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. And press spin is actually set to false when we start. That's not correct. That should be fine now. Tutorial 3. All right, good. Good. Brought it up. All right. And then that should be okay, I think. I now just need to make sure that I named it correctly in the firing. Spinning. Yep. All right, we're good. WASD. Good. Okay, cool. Almost worked. It's yelling still about this, which means state machine tutorial state spinning. Oh, I didn't assign I probably forgot to assign the other stuff in the tutorial level. My fault. Over here, movement, firing, yeah, spinning. I need this one, and then dialogue runner. And over here in state machine tutorial. Gotta make sure I assign those, save that, and it should propagate back over to here. Yep, there we go. Because I forgot to... the error I was getting might have been actually because I forgot to do that, which is my own fault. Okay, good. And the only error I'm getting now is the one that I know exists when I spawn enemies in, because I haven't figured out what the particular error is on that front, but like we've mostly figured it out. Alright, hold on, I gotta do a thing again. I forgot to... One... Second... Before... PM... Machine creation. 5 state machine. Oreo. I think that's probably about the last. So I'm not done quite yet. Hold on. Okay. I think I can knock out the last couple of tutorial states, and then if it means I call stream a little early, then I'll do that, because I can feel like my brain is just about hitting the last legs of what I've got, but we only have like one more tutorial to transfer over, and then we're good. Tutorial state. Bombing. Okay. That one. All right, because can't build it because gotta do this real quick. Okay. I think that should be good. All right, ready. Got ready. We're gonna equal. Yeah, no. No, let me not do that. Let me just keep doing it the way I've been doing it. Let me not get too clever. Because getting too clever sometimes is how you absolutely just stress yourself out way more than you need to. Sometimes when you get too clever, that's how you stress yourself out. Sometimes the answer to not stressing yourself out is to not get clever, even if it means that you have to do things the old-fashioned way. Sometimes that is just the way that you do it to keep yourself from getting a headache. Sometimes the answer is not to be more clever. Sometimes the answer is to not be clever. Okay, cool. That almost works. I just need to go into the spinning one and make sure that WSD. Yep. Good. Pop. Excellent. Did it. Then we drop the sped power up, which changes the pattern your gunfire is in. Slowly, enemies may spawn a shot power up, which changes the damage your shots to do. Also changes the firing speed of shots. Okay, we almost got it, but for whatever reason, it is not switching over, which means oh, that's why I didn't press the spin button. I didn't press the spin button. We're good. I just didn't press the spin button. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. There we go. I should keep that from doing any shenanigans. All right. Shoot Lantern. Yep. Pause D. Good job. Now press hold spacebar to shoot. Yes. All right, we got it. All right. And that is exactly where I want to hold it. Because, like, anything else I want to add would involve me getting, like, deep into the guts of more code stuff. And I can feel that my brain is like... So, I'm going to call it there. I'm taking the win and running. So we're going to say that we're stopping at 8:42 p.m. Okay. Yeah, like I'm gonna hold that there because brain got it. Like brain is like literally at like the point, but the important part is that we got all the stuff that matters. So I am more than fine with just going like, nah, we can cut that there. Your boy has successfully managed to pull it off. So we're gonna hold that right there. So thank y'all for coming by. Deeply appreciate it. I know that shark ran away, so I have to figure out what all the hell we're doing as far as like commands and stuff. Okay, no. It looks like okay, right. It means that yeah, shark missed it. Okay. That's fine. I will have to make the determination myself. So give me 1 second while I go figure out who we're going to go hang out with. Which is fine. She did say that it was like a maybe as to whether or not she would get the chance to do it. But yeah, I'm counting this as a success. Like, absurdly so. I now have, like, having a state machine is huge now. I can sit down and do menu stuff and all that other stuff. I have to figure out... I'm gonna have to sit down and figure out how to set up menu state machine stuff because it's gonna be a headache if I don't do it right. So I'm gonna have to sit down and figure out how to do it with Godot. But thank you, Cal, for coming by, and everybody else for coming by also. So let me just do. So yeah. TLDR about the things in the stuff. I'm going to be doing all of my game design article stuff over on co-host now, though you can still find my old work up at Medium. My stream VODs are at youtube.com/sjhdoesgames. You can check them all out over there, including stream VODs for like when we do this stuff. I need to move a couple of our January streams into their proper playlists, but those should be updated pretty soon. Ko-Fi, if you want to support the stream, and support me but don't want to give money to Amazon, just do like a $5 monthly Ko-Fi subscription. I keep like $4 and change out of that. As opposed to Twitch taking like halvesies on my subs. So there's that. My throne has all kinds of stuff on there, from like funny Kamen Rider redemption things to stuff like the third monitor and the other monitor arms I was talking about. And then my card has all my other social media links on there. Let me see. Hang on a second. I gotta do... No, I finally get home to the snow, see SJ ending stream, whale and yeah, I literally hit like the... Sorry, base. Like I literally managed to finish like the most important thing on my to-do list for Shootlander today. And my brain immediately was like, you've done the thing. Stop working, stop working, stop working. So... I am listening to what Brain is saying, and we are getting the higgity heck out of here. I think we might be able to go visit Jahara. Yeah, you know what? We are going to go visit Jahara, because it's been a while since we've been by to see her, and y'all could use JRPG vibes to like sort of chill and relax, I think. So, here's the deal. I trust y'all to behave. But in case we have anybody new here, now you're good. I'm just happy I was able to at least say hello. Have a good night. You too, base. Glad to hear that you're in safe from the snow. So, Jahara is a wonderful cosplayer, Final Fantasy enjoyer, and just all around generally, she's just really nice and really chill. She's currently on her first playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII. So, I'm going to reiterate this for y'all very carefully, because I know that y'all that are regulars know this, but those of you who are not regulars may not know this. Please behave yourself when you go over to Jahara's stream. Do not go things like, oh, you're going to love this part. Or, hey, have you gotten to insert massive spoiler here? Don't do that. You can just ask Jahara, hey, how far have you gotten? Or things like that if you want to know where she's at. Because it's the first time playing Final Fantasy VIII, and she is chilling and having a good time. So let's keep those vibes and keep that going. Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll see y'all for Fighting Friday. Maybe it's KOF. Maybe it's not Street Fighter. I'm not sure. I gotta see how I'm feeling that day and what we play. Sunday, now that my neck is not like beating the living you-know-what out of me, we're gonna get back on Breath of Fire 3 on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah, when we go to raid Jahara, please give her an SJH does raids. Let her know who sent you, throw in your favorite emotes, all that other stuff. Don't have to be my emotes, could be her emotes. Whatever y'all want. As long as they're appropriate, obviously. Let her know who sent you. And just generally be cool. Like I said, if I find out later that anybody was doing shenanigans and was like doing the, oh, you'll love this part spoilers, or ooh, I can't wait. Just, as my uncle would say, watch the ride. Just be chill. You know? I trust my regulars to know this, but anybody who's lurking who doesn't know the score, be on your best behavior. So, till the next time I see you, whenever that is, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Numbers are up. Wear a mask. And don't go outside if you don't have to. Especially given that the weather in some parts of the United States right now is kind of like trashed here. If you don't have to go outside, don't. And be excellent to each other. Yeah, N95 or better, surgicals are not good enough? Yes. So, be safe. That's all I'm saying. And be excellent to each other, but not to bigots, racist turfs, anti-queer phobes, anti-maskers. Especially right now, Zionists. Or... Man, shit, I don't know. People who do spoilers. That's the only other thing I can think of. Double checking something real quick. Okay, nobody's misbehaving over there. That's good. So yeah, thank y'all. Till the next time I see y'all, whenever that is. Take care. All right. Bye.